Now you may be asking yourself, Bunny Lockets, what exactly is a Yumejoshi? Well, a Yumejoshi / Yumedanshi is a Japanese term which translates to dream girl / boy, which means they quite literally dream about themselves inside of a fictional media in a romantic relationship with a fictional character. They like to self-ship themselves with said fictional character. Which brings me to my first point. The hell of being a Yumejoshi. So if you aren't active on Yumejoshi, Twitter, TikTok, anywhere, you may not know the term non-sharing yume. A non-sharing yume is what I like to explain as like yumes that don't like to share the character that they yume. They don't like fans of the same character. They don't like other yumes of the same character. Like me, for example, I am a non-sharing yume. Yippee! What I mean when I say the hell of being a Yumejoshi, I mean that there's non-sharing yumes that go out of their way to actively hate on people and send death threats to other yumes that yume their favorite character. And I think that is absolutely unnecessary, and it sets people, us non-sharers, like 10 years back, because people still actively hate on non-sharers for that reason. You're setting us 10 years back, buddy. Please stop. So now that I've given you the introduction to what a Yumejoshi / Yumedanshi is and what a sharing status is, I can now go on to the main topic of this video. Why are Twisted Wonderland Yumejoshi so fucking weird? So there are 3 major yumes that I want to talk about when I'm talking about these creators. I want you to note that there is some triggering content, and if you're not comfortable with it, you can just skip to the next content or topic, which I will put a timestamp of whenever I'm finished recording this. Yay!
Scream and your entire staff dies.
If you were in the Twisted Wonderland fandom, you knew of Soleil, I don't know how to say her name, but she was a very popular, very, very, very popular Leona Yume. And if you were in the Twisted Wonderland fandom, you knew her. She was in every single Leona video. And people will be like, oh, I'm here before Soleil, ba 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 ba. I am not going to go into full detail on what she did. I'll only speak of a few topics. But if you want to know everything, like literally down to a T of what Soleil did, I will leave the of a person that made 3 videos about Soleil, and I 100% recommend checking that out. So, but now I'm about to start talking about her fully, so just a big content warning, please read it. In March of 2025, Soleil was apparently pronounced dead by her sister, which was proven on to be false since she started posting on a second account. Wow. Not only that, but she's also a alleged, so I don't get this video taken down, she's an alleged groomer to a 17-year-old, and she made inappropriate comments to said 17-year-old, so weirdo. She was also released to be faking being a DID system, and the whole time she was just role-playing as the Twisted Wonderland characters. She said herself that she gains a new alter every week, which is scientifically proven to be literally impossible unless your DID is like really bad. Ooh. If you are in the Discord server called Twisted Dream, you would have seen her joking around apparently in her deathbed while she was allegedly on in her last moments of living. That was also proven to be a big lie just so she can avoid controversy of being a groomer. Thankfully, though, that is all I'm going to speak about Soleil. If you do want to know more about the topic, I recommend looking at the TikTok account that I put before I started talking about her. I just don't want to speak about her too much without triggering people, because I really do care. Really do care well about my viewers and how they feel about certain topics.
If you train any other horse, I'm gonna slit her throat!
Now, if you are like real, like you know the lore in the Twisted Wonderland fandom, you would know that Orpho Shroud is an AI robot made to age with Idia Shroud, aka his older brother. When he died when he was 8 years old, so logically, because he was supposed to be aging along with Idia, who was 18, he should be around 15 to 16 years old. Twitter user going by the name of Plush has openly admitted that she, an adult, is both an Idia and Orpho Shroud Yumejoshi, which I find quite weird because not only is she an adult, Yume a 15-year-old, she doesn't make her Yume Sona around his age because she also Yume's Idia. So if her Sona was 16 and Idia was 18, that would still be weird. So that, like, what is she trying to achieve here? She also made really inappropriate and lewd jokes about said 15-year-old boy, saying that she wants him to show his butt. But I'm not going to go into too much detail because it could be triggering to some people. She's also made some quite odd art of Orpho in the past, but you unfortunately won't be able to find it now because her Twitter account is privated for probably a good reason, because she started getting hate. This next creator probably won't be getting their own section because I don't know too much about her, but once I do, I will come back on her. Yume's Leona. Wow, second Leona Yume in this video, I know. But instead of making her Yume Sona like around his age, because he is a 20-year-old man, her Yume Sona is 17, which is quite odd because of the maturity gap. People may say, oh, so 17 and 20 isn't that bad, blah, 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 blah. It's the maturity gap. He would have been like, I don't even know how old when she was in middle school. Now, this section may be small, but it still means a lot to the Twisted Wonderland fandom, because even though there is a lot of weirdos for the Yume's, there is a lot of good representatives that I can share due to me asking for some people to share their Yume ships in a beautiful server called Noctis Fleur Academy. So thank you to everyone who shared their Yume ship. I'm really grateful. I'm firstly going to start off with a Yume ship by one of my bestest friends ever, Maldrea, aka my peak OTP. You can go follow her on TikTok. Her name is Poltergust. Oopsies. Our second Yume ship is Yusei X Idia, and by another one of my dear friends, Mari. You can find her on TikTok, Tumblr, anything. Her TikTok is I'm gonna put it on the screen. I don't remember the name. Our third one is actually a Yume Sona by another one of my dear friends, Eris. I unfortunately don't remember their so I'll also put it on the screen, but thank you, Eris. And our final Yume ship is I actually don't know their ship name, but it's Galactic's Yume Sona X Lilia. I'm very thankful for everyone that's shared their ats and their Yume ships in the server, and I'm really grateful that I can find good representatives to show that not everyone is a weirdo. Thankfully, the only lesson that you have to learn from this video is don't be a weirdo, be normal, and make sure to do research on the character that you plan on being a Yumejoshi for. It really does wonders actually doing research into actually learning about the character that you want to Yume.